up, y'all? It's your favorite chica, Frankie Red. Welcome to another episode of the One-on-One Show. Today, I am joined by my esteemed guest. She is not only a supermodel, okay? She has her very own agency. She is a branding and marketing guru. She is gorgeous. She is an influencer, and she's going to teach us a little bit about what branding, marketing, and social media influencing really is, but not just what you see on social media. Please help me welcome to the couch our guest, Mel Maria.
Oh my gosh.
How was that? I can't wait to hear it.
That was amazing. Oh my gosh. I mean, I don't know what was better, the sparklers or like the introduction.
I don't know. That sparklers was like that was just for you.
Oh my goodness. I feel like everything was just for me right now. I need to come here more often.
You're
Stop buttering me up. You really stole me.
You are always welcome. First of all, welcome to the Phoenix TV.
It. Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm so excited to be here right now.
Yes, me too. This is going to be super awesome. We're going to have a great conversation.
Oh my God.
We have to, of course, do a toast, right? Because we have to.
Absolutely. It's the New
Cheers
Year's
to life and all of that. Yeah. So just big shout out to the Pale. Okay. We got some
I love this
really good rosé wine. This bottle is gorgeous.
This bottle's gorgeous.
Like,
it's so pink.
It's so girly and frilly and cute. What is this thingy called? The lady, a flapper?
The flappers from like the 50s.
Yes. Come on. Get into it. Get into the girliness. So I'm going to pour this up real quick. But while I pour us up, Mel Maria, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself to our viewers that don't know who Mel Maria is.
Okay. Well, my name is Melanie. I am originally from Miami, but I'm Cuban Argentinian is my background. So I got a little spice up in it. Okay. So I basically have my own marketing agency. I have my own modeling agency. I am a UGC creator. I love to influence on my own personal social media page. And I am just all about helping others, building a woman community and kind of empowering one another. So, of course, when you had asked me to come on your show, I was just like, there's no thought process behind it. I'm going to be there. You just let me know when. And I don't care about who wants me. I'm going to be right here for you. So
thank you. That means a lot to us. We love having great guests here. We love interviewing great people. So that means a lot, genuinely. I want to cheers to...
Yes.
Let me see. I'm going to cheers for something for you. And then you'll cheers something for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because we usually do our own cheers of what we want. But now I'm going to manifest blessings on another sister. So I am toasting to MM Media's growth.
You know what? I love it. Absolutely. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
And everything that is going to come with it. And
now, do a second cheers.
Now we're going to do a second cheers. I am cheering to all the blessings coming to you in 2024, the growth that you're going to have, all the new clientele you're going to have sitting right here on this sofa. Yeah! Everybody who you're going to be interviewing, because I know you're going to go big and far.
Yes, ma'am. Listen, we will drink to that too, okay?
Absolutely. Health, wealth, and everything in between.
Yes. So let's get into it. We have a lot to talk about. Yes. I'm so excited to learn a little bit more about you because one of the things that intrigued me, first thing that stood out to me when I read your bio and even as I did some research on you is that you are a UGC creator. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people out there that are like, what the heck is that? So define what that is, because some people think it's just, content creating, period. But what does that actually mean? What is a UGC creator?
Well, I'm not going to go into the specific, exactly the terminology of what a UGC. I mean, no. I mean, it's just, user generated. It's very it sounds so vague. It makes you sound like a robot. So
it kind of does. It's low key.
So a UGC creator is basically somebody who is maybe taking a brand and influencing it on social media. So basically trying to help that brand grow through social media marketing. It all kind of ties into each other and to one. So, I mean, that's really what a UGC creator is. But there is a difference between how an influencer moves and how a UGC Creator moves.
Because there's a difference between just content creating and UGC content creating. So can we talk about that a little bit? Because from my knowledge, what I see as a UGC creator is like someone who works for brands, like you said, like goes to hotels, which you do, maybe does reviews, testimonials on products. Whereas a content creator is everybody, right? If you have a social media profile, you create content, you're a content creator. So what is the difference? How did you make a career out of that?
So it's crazy because I actually jumped on the bandwagon in 2020. So I used to work for Carnival Cruise Line.
Oh my God! I'm literally applying. You were just on it. Yes, I'm like applying to be a cruise director. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Absolutely. When you posted that, I was like, man, I see this girl as a cruise director.
That's who I connected with. That girl, I was networking. I was working actually. A lot of people think I was on vacation, but I was working and then it turned into something else. So to hear that you worked there is like, I was meant to talk to you today.
If you need the ins, I got you after the show. But
girl, yes, I need a recommendation letter.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, no, they're great. They're great. Absolutely. And I see that for you, especially with the person that you are. I see it.
Guys,
I see it.
It was meant to be. Like, this is my last episode because then I'm going to be out at sea. I'm sorry. Sorry to break it to you, Phoenix.
She's going to be on an island doing this.
Right. I'm just going to take this show remote. It's no big deal. So talk to me about, so you were at Carnival Cruise Line.
So I was at Carnival Cruise Line, but with COVID happening, I did get laid off, which I feel like a lot of things happen in like a disguise form. Because I feel like that was actually like a blessing for me because it would have not made me who, I am today. It's kind of like how every like breakup you have, it's like you're breaking up with somebody, but it makes you stronger.
It propels you for the next thing.
It grows you. Right. So, I actually started jumping onto the bandwagon on everybody hopping on social media. I made an Instagram. I made a TikTok. I made even a YouTube at one point. But, YouTube, I didn't keep up with it. But everything else.
YouTube is a beast.
That's a whole other story.
We love you, YouTube.
We love YouTube. I do, but I just need someone to follow. I was just telling him, I need someone to follow me if I have a YouTube. But, with that, I was reaching out to brands. And, they were kind of like desperate at that time to get some type of content creation done on their social media because everybody was in COVID. So no one could go to studios, no one could be together, no one could shoot together. So they were getting different, influencers around the world to create content for them from home. So that's when I jumped onto it and I started doing, oh my God, I got so many PR packages every day from the mail. And when COVID was happening, so I was Lysoling them. I was making sure
You're like, I am not getting sick from these packages.
I'm gonna get my money, but I'm not gonna get sick from these packages. So like, it was a great experience because I learned how to do my own PR.
Did you reach out to the brand organically?
Yes.
Like yourself?
No, yeah. I'm telling you right now, I probably sent, and I still do this to this very day, I sent at least 200 to 300 emails at like a day to different brands to reach out. Because listen, you're going to get at least 50% of them to say no. Mm-hmm. But there's going to be that 50% that's going to say yeah. And, half of them are going to be like, yeah, we could pay you. Maybe some of them are going to be like, no, we can't. We could do a gifting exchange. And if it's worth it, you're going to do it. Especially you buy clothes every day. You buy makeup every day. So, you think about it. Especially when I was first starting, I was taking all those gifts. You know what I'm saying?
Give me all the free things.
I was taking all the free things. There was COVID happening. Give it to me. Give it to me. So that's when my UGC creation kind of started. And I started building a community with it. I was getting invited to like events when COVID stopped with Ipsy, with BoxyCharm, with so many like people that I was just like, I was even invited to New York for Diva Curl to go be in like a photo shoot.
Wow.
And Adore Me invited me to go one of their parties that they were having in New York and one in Miami. So it was like, it was building quickly. But see, that's the difference though when you're a UGC creator is that you're not just onto it being on social media. Mm-hmm. You're taking it off of social media. You're going to these events. Then now you're creating, content at the events that they're inviting you to. A lot of influencers, I feel like, kind of just stay on social media. They don't take it away. And they're trying to just sell you something. Right. They're selling you with an affiliate link. They're trying to sell you, oh, this is so well or whatever. And, it's influencing.
Right.
They're wanting to tell you to buy a product. UGC creation, I feel like it's more personal.
Okay.
You're telling them exactly how you feel about the product. You're creating the content for the brand. You're telling, you kind of have like a shot list on how the brand wants it, but then you're still building, you're building a lifestyle with the brand, a relationship with the brand. and you're taking it to the events and things like that. So
it's a little bit beyond just post and go, right? You're
Yes.
literally, like you're saying, building a relationship. When you're going out there and you're looking for the brands to partner with, how do you choose? Or do you just have a Rolodex of a bunch of businesses and whatever sticks?
I mean, it's like when I first started, it was what I wanted my content to be focused on. So actually, when I first started, my Instagram was Makeup by Curls. That's how I started. And I started growing quick with that.
Makes sense why it's Curly Mel Maria. Okay.
I just changed it maybe last year. I had changed it because a lot of people would come on my page like, oh, you do makeup? And I'm like, I don't do makeup no more. I did that long ago, but I don't do makeup no more.
She's graduated now.
I've graduated to more lifestyle, fashion, things like that.
So you were an actual makeup artist, or were you just doing reviews on makeup?
No, I would actually help. I used to do bridal makeup. I used to do makeup for events and parties, or people who had like a birthday. They wanted me to do their makeup. So I used to do makeup. I wanted to go to school. I actually wanted to be a makeup artist. But after I had my whole career on social media as a makeup artist,
it revamped.
And so I know, I didn't want to be a makeup artist anymore. I had changed my user, and I now do more like lifestyle vlogging, basically. And it's kind of more, to my modeling, to different brands that I may still work with to this day, like Ipsy, BoxyCharm. But when I started first, originally, it was makeup orientated. So everything was like makeup.
So you can basically say like your page was a one-stop shop for not only learning how to do makeup, but also like about other products about makeup.
Exactly. Because that's what I saw was taking off. A lot of people were growing so quickly.
That makeup trend is still going, by the way.
A lot of people were growing so quickly from makeup.
Yeah.
Like doing makeup tutorials or makeup brands, especially on TikTok.
Absolutely.
TikTok in 2020.
And it's still like that. I mean, you look up makeup tutorials now and like millions would come up. It's probably like up there with cat videos. Like there's like millions of cat videos. I don't know why, but it's probably up there with it.
There's a million cat videos and it's like the little memes of cat videos.
Yes, it's crazy. Like how many cats are out there that there's so many memes?
But they literally say that's the quickest industry that you can make 6 figures from is the beauty industry. And I believe it.
So you were like, I'm going into these 6 figures.
I believe it. But like to this day, because if you think about it, everybody needs makeup. Every model, every person going to an event, people nowadays are extra. They're very status quo. Don't get me canceled. But they're very
It's the truth.
They're very status quo, so they gotta look the part. So they rather go spend their $100 to get their face beat, get a nice little quick touch up done and do whatever. And it's that's great. I love as lashes. People always gotta do their lashes. They gotta do.
My God, that was another thing that was like a huge fad.
Their eyebrows. Yeah. They gotta do their whatever it has to be. Their waxing. There's always something that has to do with beauty that they're getting.
Wait a minute. What is going on? Why? Stop. What? She is crazy right now.
You gave her some wine, didn't you?
I don't know what happened. I've never seen her like this. Was it the sparklers? You okay, Glitter? I thought we were gonna have to restart the camera. We're just gonna keep it rolling. Listen, for anyone watching at home, my dog does not have rabies. Okay, she is just very happy right now. Do not come for me in the comments. She is loved at home. I just don't know what's happening. She's in her instinctual habits right now. But you, sir, production, stop playing with her. Like seriously, you're enticing. Oh my God, I just have a bad feeling she's gonna bump into something and it's going to go left. Or are we good, Glitter? Can I continue with this interview, ma'am? Wonderful. So let's talk a little bit about the transition now that my dog has calmed the hell down. I want to talk about the transition between you said you were doing makeup, you were posting videos in that industry, and then you went into modeling, right? So what was that transition like, and when did that start for you as a model?
That's a great question. When did that transition really start? One more time.
Oh my God, Glitter. We're about to put her in another room. Like, come here, girl. Come.
She said, bet.
All right. All right. Come. Relax. Shh. Okay, go ahead.
I get it.
Relax. Stop. Okay. I'm all yours. Now that my animal has been tamed. Are you okay? I'm just gonna do this little trick here, and hopefully she won't leave. I'm all ears now.
Oh, good. No, you're good. You're good. I just got a puppy, so I know them zoomies be zooming.
Like, what the heck? Can someone drop in the comments like why that happens? I need to know why my dog goes crazy for no reason for like 10 minutes.
Puppies be going crazy. I'm like, what you doing? You not tired?
She's out of breath right now. She's dead. That's so funny. All right, just relax there. Let's hear Mel's story about how she became a model.
Look at her. She's like, what? I'm trying to think when that transition really like happened. I feel like the transition happened probably around the end of 2021 to 2022 is when my transition happened, because I was kind of getting out of the niche of being a makeup artist or doing makeup tutorials. I had like deleted all the videos, archived them. Like, I don't want no one to see that I was a makeup artist. And I was getting more fashion collabs. And so I would go with like a photographer, go take my little pictures in the garage, go take my pictures here. And then I liked being in front of the camera. I was very comfortable. People always tell me all the time, I'm very comfortable in front of a camera.
You're definitely photogenic. And if you have not followed her page, take a look for yourself. You're very photogenic.
But it's like, it just comes like naturally. Even as a child, there's like literally a picture of me at a wedding. I was like 5 in this dress. And I have to send it to you. But basically like...
it's to die for.
It was like everybody, like all the family was like on the steps and like they all like looked like grudged and everything. And then there was me and I was just like...
Pow. Yes, girl. Yes.
With my long curly hair as a 5-year-old, like...
That is so cute. So right there is really the beginning.
That was really, when I was 5 years old, that's when the beginning of my modeling career started. And yeah, my mom always told me like, I'm always in front of the camera. I always want to be in the front of the camera. I was on a spotlight, whatever the case was. And I'm like, it's just what it was. And so that's when it started. Then I got invited to New York in February of 2022 to go do a photo shoot. And then
that's awesome because most models want to make it to New York like right away. You did it in months to a year.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think it all ties down to the type of content that you post and how you post it, what it looks like. If you post professional photos, professional content, you're going to get those professional gigs. If you're taking a lot of, again, iPhone is great. I love it, but there is definitely a difference between an iPhone photo and a professional taking your photo all the time. And that's why you don't really see, call me bougie, but to this day, I stopped with my iPhone. I threw my phone. I said, I need photographers. I need them because there's a difference.
But in your industry, I mean, you have to have that. You know, you have to have that look and you have to have that feel in order to stand out.
Yeah,
so
you have to.
At what point did you realize like this is not only what I'm going to do, but this is what I'm going to master? Because I think a lot of people go into things sometimes like, hey, I'm going to do this. It's fun. I like it.
Yeah.
But then they don't pay attention to the details and they don't master what it is that they're doing. When did you say, this is what I want to master?
I think it was really when I started getting paid for it, to be honest with you, is when I was like, oh, this could be a career for me. So then at the time, my ex, he was a photographer, so he would take a lot of my photos for me.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. If you are a model, get yourself a photographer boyfriend. We're learning.
So it was like, it was very...
Don't shake your head over there. My guest knows what I'm talking about.
It's beneficial. At times it is beneficial. I'll tell you that much. But, he would take a lot of my photos and he would pose me. He would, teach me things like that. So it was great. And then I would submit those to agencies. Agencies were reaching out, but I never found the proper agency to represent me, especially in Miami. These agencies are very, like I said, Miami's a very status quo.
Let's talk about that. Is it like a certain look? Is it, because one of the things I think about when I think about the model industry, right, is I think about the pressures of societal standards, right? So you have natural beauty, you have plastic surgery, you have cosmetic enhancements. Where do you lie in that? And what would you say are some of those difficulties with having to keep up with beauty standards?
So, well, I'm all natural.
All natural. I'll drink to that.
The Cuban Argentinian in me. I'm all natural, so there's never been surgery done to me. You know, lips natural. I'm not gonna stand here and like tell you I don't want Botox or I don't want my lips done.
Like it's crossed your mind.
Like, well, so I've done my lips.
Okay.
I've done my lips. I did get Botox last year, but by now they all wore off, and I loved it. It helps you get yourself more confidence, when you have no wrinkle on your forehead and your lips are nice and big, like it gives you that confidence. And I'm not saying I wouldn't get a BBL because God knows.
Who knows what's in the future?
I had a baby. So, obviously I got some loose skin, and being a model, being on the runway for Miami Swim Week, you're surrounded by girls with flat stomachs, no stretch marks, abs, 6-packs. And, I'm a mom. I'm a mom with stretch marks. I'm a mom who has loose skin, some cellulite, thick thighs.
Check, it's all present.
So, like, it's a different look than what a normal, I guess, model, you'll call it.
But none of that has stopped you.
None of it has stopped me. And I think it's just because the thing is, I feel like with these agencies and even with these runways, like they do want a certain look. Mm-hmm. They want a certain height. They want a certain look, certain hair color. They want to make sure you're a size 2, 0, 2, 4, 6. You'll see it on the requirements. Mm-hmm. You have to be a size 2. You have to have blonde hair. You have to be skinny. You got to have no cellulite being shown. I've been called on before a fashion show, like the designer was dressing me and he was like, she has a gut. She can't wear this.
Oh my God. For a woman who has a gut. I don't know what's gutty about this one, okay? I'm just saying.
So it's happened before, and you just kind of like, you just got to take it to the chin and you got to keep it pushing, because the thing is, if you let beauty standards affect you and affect your, your confidence and how you walk outside going to Publix, people notice that.
Right. You wear your confidence on you.
You absolutely wear your confidence, because I will tell you right now, I will walk into a room and I don't care how I look. I don't care if I'm in bum sweat sneakers and stuff. I'm still going to walk confident and people are still going to stare. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? If you walk kind of slouch, kind of like, nervous looking, kind of looking, they're going to notice it about you. If you have to walk into a casting room with your head up high, it doesn't matter what your size is. It doesn't matter if you see somebody skinny in the corner and you're a plus size model. If, I may have pimples and she doesn't have pimples, like you can't let things affect you, because if you let it affect you, then you're not going to make it in this game. You're not going to make it, because we all look different. We all look different. A lot of girls have BBLs. Again, nothing wrong with it whatsoever. But, you can't let that be like, well, I'm not good enough, because you're never going to grow or going to go anywhere.
Is there a hidden pressure? And I know this is just from your opinion. It's not like she can't speak for the whole model industry, but from your expertise, is there a hidden pressure of getting plastic surgery, whether it's a BBL or cosmetic enhancements to your face in the industry?
Personally, for myself, I would say yes, just because I know I could probably be booked more for gigs and runways if I had a flat stomach, completely flat. And
that's crazy. It's crazy to think that.
I'm saying that from experience. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Again, I could be wrong, but that's my personal opinion. I feel like, again, a lot, but, at the end of the day, it could be maybe I look too sexy. I may be too sexual looking. I may be too Spanish looking. I have curly hair.
You just may not know what it is.
You never know. Some people don't want a girl with curly hair. They want it with straight hair. Mm-hmm. I even thought, man, should I straighten my hair for Fashion Week when I go to these castings? Should I put a blonde wig on? Because for Miami Swim Week, they hire a lot of girls with blonde. Like, I really had this thought process in my head.
So there's like other pressures that kind of go along with, being a model and being in that industry. And I really want to tap a little bit further into that. We're going to go into a quick commercial break. But you guys, do not go anywhere. Enjoy this amazing commercial by my girl, Mel Maria. And we'll be right back with more from Mel Maria on One on One. righty, y'all. We are back to our one-on-one show with Mel Maria. Listen, conversations with you are flowing. You are very thorough. I love it. Before the break, we were talking about some of the hidden pressures in the model industry and things like that. And one of the things that I love that you shared with us is that you are all natural, right? But you're honest with talking about, hey, I think about it too, you know? Yeah. So what would you say to critics that shame plastic surgery? Because I think that's an unspoken conversation. Yeah. A lot of times there's like a lot of backlash of people, you know, doing cosmetic enhancements or fixing themselves, if you will. And then a lot of people are just like, you know, love yourself. If you do that, it's self-hatred or you don't really truly love yourself. So how would you, Mel Maria, respond to the critics from someone who actually is going through some of these thoughts?
I mean, listen, when I bring up to get a BBL to my friends, they're just like, what do you need it for? You know?
Listen, my question, exactly.
What do you need it for? Why do you need it? You're not doing it. You know, it's dangerous, which absolutely, it's everything that's a surgery is dangerous. You know what I'm saying? So the way you respond is you literally respond, well, you're not me. You know? You're not me.
That's true. It's my experience.
You don't see you don't see how I see myself in a mirror. You don't see how I was told I was fat from a designer. You don't see how I was not picked to work here because I'm too fat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm too thick. Or you're not going to, I don't think you're right for this shoot because, you know, you don't have big enough lips or your face is too fat. You know, there's a lot of different things that I went through that I'm just like, damn, do I need to get surgery? Do I need to get Botox? Do I need to get rid of the cellulite on my legs? You know, because you're not the one looking at my photos. And a lot of people, what's crazy is I actually just posted this on my Instagram that I was getting DMs on why I don't Photoshop my stretch marks out.
I love that you don't. Tiger, baby, tiger.
And what's crazy was I was like, I don't respond to criticism. I don't respond to it, but I was just like, it was irking my nerve because I was posting a lot of bikini photos recently. So because I did an amazing photo shoot with an amazing photographer. And so I went and I was posting them nonstop. Stretch marks and all. And so I got the DMs and all of the DMs. And I was like, all right, it's time I said something about it. So I said, why am I going to Photoshop my stretch marks? Because I have preeclampsia as I was delivering my child. And meaning that my heart rate and my blood pressure was through the roof, that I could have had a heart attack at any moment.
And passed
away. So it was really like me or the baby. But God decided that I'm going to let you both live. And I delivered him naturally. And so them stretch marks, they remind me every single day that I am who I am. And God made me a strong woman because I'm here to this day. And I'm going to post my stretch marks all the time.
That is so beautiful. I'll drink to that. Can we drink to that? That was so, you like brought tears to my eyes. That was so beautiful. And I've been more open about it recently, but I actually lost a child. Oh my God. I had a very terrible miscarriage that really impacted me. So whenever I hear women wear their stripes with pride, right, that always makes me smile because it's always something I think about is I used to be an athlete. I've always had a rockin' body and now I'm like, I've gained all this weight and like I'm always constantly trying to keep it off. And I walk with confidence because I know that I'm beautiful. Absolutely. Regardless of my size. But like you said, you don't know what it feels like when I look in the mirror, you know, exactly. or that experience. So I love to hear women that are proud to be moms and have this I almost want to say like it's a positive complex. It's like, no, you're going to see this suit that I wear because I provided life through it.
Super suit.
Yeah. Yes. Like you provided life through it. So I just want to say like, before we continue, like that is amazing. And I don't think you should let anyone take that power away from you. I think a lot of times there has to be a trendsetter, almost like, what do they call those? Starts with an M, a martyr, someone who takes risks and you know, does something. Alicia Keys was that for the no makeup, you know, the whole movement of no makeup. And if she didn't do that, we would not look at Bare Beauty the same. You know,
that is absolute facts.
Right? So I kind of feel like that is something that whether it's you or someone else or whoever decides to coin it, but just to continue that message of these are my stretch marks. I brought in life this way and this is how I come. So that was so, so empowering. And I just hope that anyone out there who feels when they look in the mirror that they're not beautiful because they have these stretch marks because they had this child, think and reverse your mindset. It is not that at all.
It's not.
It's like that. That is so beautiful to me. On the topic of stretch marks and body dysmorphia and things like that, how do you keep up? Because that's probably another whole conversation and challenge, right? Is not only do I have these thoughts and I already have my body naturally this way, but I have to keep up with it. So how does Mel Maria keep up with her rockin' bod?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't.
No way! I'm done.
I do a lot of body contouring.
I'm giving her all of this right here. I'm just gonna take it off and put it on her.
I do body contouring, which, listen, if people ask me all the time, does it work? Yes.
Is that the thing where you like sweat all day?
It's
or a faja?
The wood therapy. And then like
wood therapy. Yes.
The laser. Yes. I at least do that once or twice a week. And it's a difference on your body. Absolutely. A lot of people are like, it doesn't work or it's temporary. Like, I mean, yeah, you go to the gym and for the day you feel good, but if you don't keep doing it, your body's going to go back to how it was before. So you just got to keep doing body contouring all the time to keep up and maintain the hourglass that you're creating. And so I'll get my cardio in here and there, but I'm always on my feet. I'm always on set. I'm always dealing with some drama. I'm always dealing with something in my business. Like there's so much. I'm like, where is the time?
She stays active.
To go to the gym. Listen, me just being me is my own cardio, but like, I promise you, I said to myself, okay, 2024, I'm gonna get a trainer. I'm gonna train it, so I don't think about a BBL. I just go work it out. I go to the gym and I go work it out. But obviously, people are gonna be like, "Well, you still need to go to the gym when you get a BBL." So
that is true. That is, and here's the funny part, and I know everyone at home knows this. Like the girls that get the BBL and then go to the gym, like.
Oh yeah, they make all this content at the gym now that they got this body
right, I'm
overnight.
Like, girl, exactly. I'm like, girl, we did not see you fat in the gym.
Their plastic surgeon on the bottom. I'm like, damn, you got this body quick.
Listen, and there's like pages that do that. They be blasting some of these people. Like they be blasting them. Like, oh yeah, Megan said she lost weight. Well, newsflash, she got da 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 da. She
was on my table last week, babe. Like that's how she got her body.
And the doctors really do that. Like if you follow some of these doctors on social media, they're very
especially
cutthroat.
The celebrities.
Yes.
They don't mind. They will cut a celebrity's name and say, I chopped them up yesterday at 8 p.m.
Why could doctors not sign NDAs? Like just put these doctors on NDAs. Huh? That yes. Like why aren't they? It is. Like if you operate my rib, even though it's just a rib, you don't have to tell people. Like that's HIPAA for sure. Look at you. You know a little something. I see you out there with the litigation.
Oh, little PR publicist back there. Okay. Nah, but it's facts. Look, listen, I'm gonna get to the gym. We gonna get there. We gonna get there this year.
I'm gonna live vicariously through her page. Y'all. No, I go to the gym. That's the thing. People get it twisted. Like I go to the gym, I work out. I just don't keep at it. That's my problem. My consistency is my issue. Yeah. And I have like fat genetics. Like people in my family are huge. So I have to constantly remind myself like, don't end up there. Don't end up there. Yeah. You know, like I don't eat a lot. I don't eat like crazy food. Like some people are like fat because they're gluttonous. Some people it's because, you know, they're like just not healthy or they make poor eating choices.
They like to
Other
eat.
people are just born that way. You know what I'm saying? I love to eat too. So that's my thing. It's like, how can I eat?
Especially being a UGC creator.
You're my body.
Always invited to restaurants. I go try this and you're like,
oh my God.
And then, oh my God.
You're probably like, no, I can't.
Giving you a table of food. Because they want you to try everything.
It's free. It's there for you. It's for grabs. So and you're probably like, I can't.
Want this, and this.
I have swim week this week. I can't.
Listen, swim week is the worst.
Point me to the salad. Give me one with hold the croutons. Too many carbs.
Listen, but it is. I feel like.
Do you diet?
I do. That's what's crazy is last year I was skinny. I was really, believe it or not, if you actually go look at my photos.
I'm like, okay, so what body type is this? Like,
No,
she's like,
I was really skinny because I was doing so many runway shows and I was doing a lot of modeling. I would not eat.
So you were like literally starving yourself.
I was starving myself.
Wow.
I would starve myself. I would, of course, being the coffee addict that I am, have my coffee in the morning.
Is it Cuban coffee though?
It's
the people
always
want to know.
Cuban coffee and little cafecitos. You know, like I would always drink my Cuban coffee in the morning, maybe another coffee around 12 o'clock, and then that would be it.
She's super Cuban, y'all.
No water, no nothing.
You're crazy.
I would get my body contouring down. I'm like, damn, I'm this skinny. I'm not eating. No.
I'm good.
I see my abs poking. If I eat one piece of bread,
oh my God.
These abs are not going to be here.
It's going to make me explode.
If I eat one piece of cheese, no.
Oh my God.
So that's a lot of things that people don't talk about is when you. I just heard someone tell me that for Miami Swim Week, for New York Fashion Week, some of these models just be eating broccoli for the day.
Listen, don't invite me to y'all cookout. I'm gonna bring y'all carbs, sandwiches. I'm gonna bring you cheese. Shushery board by Red. That's what I'm gonna make y'all. Get all this fat, okay? Get this pepperoni, get this ham, get this cheese, get this crackers.
I'm Italian.
What?
So that's the thing. That a lot of people don't talk about that. When you're a model,
that's crazy.
Listen, some models are gifted. They have the most beautiful bodies. They can eat all they want, and they still have the most beautiful bodies.
I hate them all. I hate them all. I want them all to. I'm not gonna actually say that. I don't want them to die, but I hate them so much. I hate them.
But a lot of models, especially, I don't know if it's more like the plus size, thicker models. At least for me, I don't want to eat. When I did my runway show, he saw I was in a bikini. I was up in a thong.
You're like, I need to cape this figure.
So I did not eat now one time that day. And I think after my runway show, I went to go mess up some IHOP after.
Oh my goodness. But you know what, that I can relate to that a little bit in terms of like preparing for a show or because like I never ever, and I host in a lot of restaurant / lounges, right? So they have food, they have a full service bar, kitchen,
everything.
And I have the ability to eat. And I'm like, heck no. I got to introduce all these people on this stage. I have to remember these names. I have to be like
bloated.
Active. Yeah, I wouldn't.
You feel groggy.
No.
You feel tired.
So I can totally relate to that.
Even if they're like, well, just drink a milkshake or a smoothie. And I'm just like, no, because it's still going to get me bloated. There's dairy in it. Like,
you guys don't understand. These are thick girl problems, okay? Thick girl problems.
Like, listen, them abs will disappear with just water in my system. Like,
and 0 to 100 real quick. Let's talk a little bit about, on the topic of modeling, right? You have your own agency that you started. So
I just started.
We spoke a lot about some of your egregious experiences, right? And also a lot of positive ones, because without the positive experiences, you wouldn't be where you are today. What are some of those things that you take into your agency? Like, what are some of the best practices and what are some things that you're just like, look, I went through this. I'm not going to put my models through that.
So the reason why I actually started my own agency is because I'm very women orientated. I love my women. Listen, everything I do for IG is for the girls. It's always for the girls.
Yes.
It's for all of them.
That's why she got a pink bottle,
That's why
y'all.
I got a pink bottle. I got sparklers when I came up in here.
That's it. That's the reason.
So I actually started my agency because I wanted to empower the models because, being in Miami, and if you're not in like one of these legitimate agencies like Ford, IMG, Wilhelmina, whatever the case is, because they're so nitpick on who they choose to be in their agencies, you get played with, you get tried with, some of them are ran by men who just want to, mess with their models, things like that. And so I really started because I wanted to make sure that these models were taken care of and that these models were done, get done correctly their jobs. They're doing one thing, they're going home, and that's it. Mm-hmm. And, to empower them because, a lot of these models, especially they're just starting off, they don't have the resources that I have. It kind of all started when I had hosted a women empowerment event back to celebrate my marketing agency in November. And I was inviting these girls and they're like, oh my God, I've never been invited to a women's empowerment event. And I was like, that's crazy.
Change your circle, sis.
Because to me, I'm like, man, I'm always invited to these. I'm always going to events. I'm always networking. I'm always going to these, these parties because that's who I became. And that's how I was known for. I would always get
It's what you attract though, too.
It's what I was getting attracted. I would always get invited to these events. And so I was just like, damn. That's crazy. And then so I started inviting more women. Oh my God, all the women, they had such an amazing time at the event. And it kind of like, I think you were on the cruise when this had happened though. You were on the cruise.
That's the amazing event I missed.
Yes, you're on the cruise.
I was at her old job, y'all. I was like telling the cruise director, yeah, she's my friend.
She was on the cruise. But no, I mean, it was, it opened my eyes. And so then people started reaching out for models, because obviously I'm in the industry. I do music videos a lot, whoever else. And so people were asking me for models, for me to be in the music video. And so people were like, why do you just not open up an agency? And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. And then people started telling me their stories with agencies. And I was like, nah, I'm gonna do it. So I ended up opening one. I try to do content days with them, try to like prepare them for New York Fashion Week. I set up a content day last Saturday and I said, who needs headshots? Come to the studio. I have a photographer, I have a videographer. We're gonna shoot you guys and get your content in because you need headshots, you need digitals, you need your comp cards if you're going to New York. So kind of just like empowering them. I started hosting dinners with them just to like, because a lot of these girls, they were telling me how they don't have friends in Miami. Like it's like, again, it's a status quo city.
And a lot of people do move here for another opportunity. So you literally don't know people. I mean, think about all the people that moved to New York, moved to LA. Like I know if I went to LA, I would have one friend because I only know one person over there.
I don't know that. Well, I know maybe a few, like trickle.
Exactly. Well, that friend is like a friend of a friend. So it's not even like a real friend. You feel me? Like, it's like, hey, remember me?
No.
It's one of those friends, right? Knock, knock with my suitcase in my hand. So I just need a place to stay.
Just for today.
Right.
Maybe tomorrow.
Right. If I could just
maybe
crash.
just for the week.
When someone says, can I just crash? Say no. Because that is just, they're going to stay forever. They're going to literally crash. Y ahí se quedan. They're not leaving. They're not leaving.
But no, I mean, that's why I really had started it, was because, to make sure they're taken care of correctly. I don't be taking 75% of their paycheck just to book them or any of that. It was more just because I have the resources, I have the marketing skills. They want to go out, they want to have a good time. And it's been going really well. It's been going very well. I have models booked for the next 2 months right now.
Oh, that's awesome. So essentially a model that would sign up, I guess, with your agency, not only gets access to resources, right? Gets forms of trainings, content as well.
Absolutely.
But then you also align them with opportunities of where they can go for auditions and things like that.
Yeah.
Or are those things they
absolutely.
come across themselves?
No, I mean, if they wanted to go to casting, somebody just had asked me today if I could teach them how to do a runway walk. And I said, absolutely. Next week I'm available. When are we going? Where are we going?
Let's make it happen.
Wear this. And, I know a ton of audition castings because I'm in those model groups. I'm in model groups for runway shows for New York and for Miami Swim Week. Whenever they happen, I always get the castings. And so if they ever were interested, they know they could come to me. I'll send them the casting. They go to it. If I have a bartending gig, I post it into a chat. If I have a bottle girl gig, I post it into a chat. If I have a music video, they need like 10 models, post it into the chat, submit it, book them. That's kind of how it flows.
I'm so happy you mentioned all these careers. It's like you're in my mind. I was going to ask you, how many of these industries overlap? Because I myself, being in the entertainment industry, working different brunches, being a creative director, I see a lot of girls repeat and overlap in a lot of things. So what I mean by that, for example, my bottle girl on Sunday might be my bartender at another event on Saturday. That same bartender that was there Saturday, that was the bottle girl Sunday, she might just be the leading lady of a music video on Tuesday. So how much overlap is it? Like when someone says a model, how many careers come with that?
So that is actually really funny that you said that, because I was just talking about it earlier with somebody.
We're in each other's minds. We're connected.
We are, because it's kind of like when you say, okay, let's take it to like, I say, well, I'm a model from New York. I think I was just telling you about this. I'm a model from New York. You automatically think, okay, so she's high fashion, she's commercials, she's digital, she's billboard ready. That's how you think, because that's what New York gives off. Now, when you say I'm a model from Miami, you automatically think Vixen, swimwear. You think OnlyFans. You think an influencer on social media. She's an IG model. You don't think high fashion. You may think bottle girl, bartender. That's what you think because she says she's from Miami. So the thing is, I feel like a girl who says that she's a model in Miami, it's very vague, very, very vague. Now, I don't feel like it's going to mix within the bottle girl and bartending gigs just because that is a separate field. That's more nightlife. But bottle girl and bartending and Vixen music videos are very close together. They're very close together.
And I guess the requirements are similar too. Because to
very
be a bottle girl, to be a bartender, you have to be sexy. You have to sell sex. You have to be appealing. You have to be beautiful.
You have to look good.
Yeah.
You have to know how to talk to people. You know how to flirt with people. Man, someone was just offering me a gig to go be a bottle girl, bartender, whatever it is. And it was just like, a server. And they were just like, we don't want you really to serve. We just want you to look good in our establishment and just talk and flirt with the guest.
Oh my gosh. So, I mean, with an industry like modeling, with those types of gigs coming at you, there's probably like a lot of sex pumped into the industry. So, and when I say sex, I don't just mean intercourse, but the culture of sex. So what does that look like? You know, give us the inside scoop of how much does sex play a role, both, hypersexuality and actual physical intercourse. How much does that actually play a role in being a model and being a successful one? Because it seems like every conversation I have with a model or someone in the industry, it always goes back to that.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's why us models are I feel like we're very stingy with ourselves, because if we give off too much or if we talk too much, it's automatically thought of, well, I want to have sex with you, or she wants to have sex with me because the way she's looking at me, the way she's talking to me, and she's a model in Miami, I know she wants me.
Wow. You can't even just be.
You can't even be yourself because automatically someone's going to think something. And that's just how I feel like that's how it is in general. If you're a good looking woman, if you're a good looking girl in Miami, you're by your barber, you have to bar by yourself. Someone's going to bother you. Absolutely. Someone's going to bother you.
It's called pretty girl privilege.
It's called, listen, but the privilege.
We don't know what you ugly people go through.
Privileges come in handy sometimes. But obviously, you just have to know where to set that boundary, where to set the line. Listen, I've had an agency. Again, I was just talking to somebody about this because it was brought up to me today that, it's an agency where it's like it's ran by a guy, but the guy wants to meet you first, wants to see you in person before booking you to any gigs, wants to take you out. Like you have to go out to a dinner with him and then to a party. So it's just like, oh my gosh, it seems a little too... It's giving off you just want to look good with, a model next to you. It's not giving off that you're trying to hire me for gigs and like want me to genuinely be in your agency, because at the end of the day, I'm in multiple agencies, not only mine, because everybody knows somebody different. And
she's like, I have an agency, but I'm a part of them too.
But I know what these people don't want to go out with you. They just want you to submit your photos. They're going to submit it to the director, and they're going to see if the director likes you. If they do, great. If not, then you don't get the gig. You don't need to go to dinner with a man to see if you should be part of his agency. At that point, you run away. You run away. You don't go. I don't care if he's giving you free dinner. Just run with it. It's not what you think. It's not what you think. That's such a red flag in the agency game, especially if they're not unknown. Like, it's different. Like if Wilhelmina asked to meet me in their office to interview me. But for me to go to dinner with you and you're a man and you want for me to be in your agency... Listen, that's a red flag. Run.
You should just kind of know these things, and I feel like
a lot of them
either
don't
hit or miss
because
I was going to say
new.
that. Mm-hmm.
They're new,
so they think this is probably the way, or it's a sign of respect.
Especially if he's selling you those dreams and wishes, you're going to be like, okay, maybe I should go to this dinner. Maybe I should go try and see what he's talking about. But no, that's not it. That is not it at all.
How do you separate yourself and your agency from those types of models and things? Because there's two different types of models. She who takes her career seriously and wants to propel forward professionally. And then she who enjoys all of those elements of it and does have sex with the clients and does go out to the, getting flued out parties or what have you. There's two different types. So how do you separate yourself to ensure that you're not confused or any of your models are put into that category?
My name is not on it.
Ooh, that was bars. I was not prepared for such a straightforward answer. I was about to put my mic down and everything. What? My name is not on it. Talk about it. Yes, I'm gonna drink to that, y'all.
My name is not on it whatsoever. And again, that just happened in my chat recently.
You see, y'all, I have foresight.
It was just random. Like one of the models were like, "Oh, well, my sponsor wants to fly out all these girls to this place," and I said, "Never put that in my chat again." I said, "Don't." And a lot of the girls know I will deny you respectfully. I do it with class. But I was just like, never put that in my chat again. Because the thing is, my chat's open, because people want to talk to each other. Again, a lot of women, they want women friends. And so I had it open. A lot of chats don't do that. It's usually
like a
just
community.
Usually it's just close to the admin, but I had it open. And so she put that in my chat. And I said, never put that in my chat again. If you want something done, you need to ask for me. You need to ask me first, and I'll see.
So you're vetting.
So I know, because you can't just say that. I have over 200 models in my chat.
Oh my
if
God.
you're saying I have a sponsor willing to fly out you to Tulum, oh my God, my models went crazy.
I can imagine.
They were asking all these questions. I was like, don't do that. But they know, like, listen, you can't put just a gig in here. You can't, because you have to run it through me, because I have to make sure to approve it. Because at the end of the day, if you're getting models from my agency, my name is on it. So if there's any sex trafficking, if there's anything that's happening that's a red flag, my name is on it. It's going to go back to me. It's not going to go back to her.
Right.
It's to me.
You're responsible for this collective.
I'm responsible for the girls who are going out. And listen, not anyone's going to fly out some girls just for no reason.
Right.
And so that's, at the end of the day, a lot of girls want to do what they want, and that's fine. No one's judging. No one does anything, but my name is just not on it.
Part of those things.
Yeah.
How would you tell girls out there, especially younger girls or, even younger women who want to get into this industry, how to avoid some of those situations or what red flags to look for? Because I think you just said it well just now. You were like, that's a red flag. Don't do that. But a lot of girls don't know. So what would you say those things are?
Listen, after that message, I had like 20 girls call me, text me like, this is giving, red flags. And I was like, yeah. So a lot of girls, they know because they're experienced into it. But yeah, there was a lot of girls who they were responding because they're not experienced into it. So you just gotta you have to ask questions. Even if you think that question is dumb, ask it. Because that question could save you. At the end of the day, it could really save you. There's so many stories that you hear that people want to be flew out, that people want to go here, or they sell you a dream, and you're so willing to get that dream and willing to do anything. But if you're not asking the proper questions, then that dream could potentially kill you.
And I mean, that happens. Not to be dramatic or anything, but lifetime is a real thing.
That just happened recently to somebody. It was a girl who flew out to London. She was an artist.
Oh my gosh.
It wasn't a model, but it was a singer. But again, this happens all the time. It was a singer. She got flew out to London by this record label. Okay. And she recorded a track in their studio. And by the end of the night, they all raped her, and they would not even give her the track because of whatever the reason was. But yeah, that's what had happened.
Oh my God. Listen, to be a woman and to be in this industry,
it's very hard.
It is. And to have tough skin, I think is only a fraction of what you have to have. You really have to have street smarts. You can be book smart, but you have to have street smarts. But
you should know though.
You do. You have to know.
Listen, I'm 27 years old. I know when somebody's playing me.
Yeah.
I know it. I have a sixth sense. Every woman has a sixth sense.
How old were you when you had your first experience of hell no, I'm not doing that?
Recently, actually. So in 2022, when I was invited to New York for a photo shoot, it was another one. I was invited to go do a photo shoot for this brand. And I was like, okay, it sounds good, whatever. It was for a bikini brand. And
air quotes.
So he gave off fishy vibes. He paid for my hotel, paid for my flight. And I actually went with my ex. And so, because I wasn't going to go by myself.
Right. So you felt safe.
So,
to say the least.
I felt safe. And so we had gone to the first photo shoot, and he had told me he had booked a photographer, videographer, everything, but but he was talking third person too. And then time came, it was him doing everything with this cheap camera. Like, it was very fishy. So he takes me to the studio. It's a one-piece bikini, thong, and it had my name on it. And come to find out, it's for an OnlyFans page. And
my God.
all the positions that he was posing me in were very sexual. And even my ex was like, bro, he's literally jerking off with his eyes on you. I could see it. And so that experience was crazy. And the craziest part is a few months later, he had paid me for it. And a few months later, he disputed the transaction. So all my money was gone from him. And he did the same thing to another model 7 months that I knew 7 months later.
That's crazy. Shout out to you for blasting them a lot of times though on your social media. I follow Mel just for the mess. I'd be like, what producer pissed her off this week? You know, because you be putting them out, sis. Like, I be so here for the content. And it's not like it's like messy. It's like you have to hold people accountable. And I love that you do that. You know, more people need to be held accountable for other egregious things that they do.
People are scared.
Yeah, no, literally.
People are very scared. And what's crazy is like a lot of people, I think everyone's number one question that they ask me is like, what is your biggest what is it that you have to overcome in this industry?
What's the answer to that?
Respect.
As a woman?
Respect. People don't respect me. People don't respect me because of maybe what I'm posting. People don't respect me because I'm a woman. People don't respect me because I'm not covered from head to toe all the time. People don't respect.
And you know what's interesting is sometimes people don't respect you just because you're beautiful.
Especially that.
Like we were just talking about pretty privilege, but it also has its disadvantages. It's like, well, you're beautiful. You're a bird brain. You're not intelligent. You're probably just spreading your legs anyway.
People get
I'm going to do what I want with you.
When they talk to me.
I bet.
They're like, damn, you could actually hold a conversation. I said, what did you think? Where you were going?
You know what it is? The models, like being a model has been watered down to like being a jock. No one calls a professional athlete. Would you ever call Michael Jordan a jock?
Absolutely not.
You would never call him that, right? Because he just doesn't have that aura. But if I describe to you a jock, it would not be anyone who is professionally holding themselves to that standard.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like that's where you are, right? Like I would never call a professional model a vixen. It's kind of like that.
But people think that they know me as a vixen. That's the craziest part because I do music videos for a lot of known rappers. I've done it for Kodak, Moneybagg, Tory Lanez.
Does that water down your brand? Do people lose respect for you? What does that do for you?
I feel like it's off and on just because, let's just say for the music video world, people have respect for it because, oh, she's in these music videos, so she must mean something. But then for the other ones who are like, well, she's here twerking in a bikini in this music video, like she doesn't have respect for herself. And it's just like, you can't say that because it's not that I don't have respect for myself, because if I did not have respect for myself, I would look completely different.
If you didn't have respect for yourself, you would allow that Tulum message to sit in your chat.
Exactly. If I didn't have respect for myself or my models, I would have just let that go free for all.
She would have been at Tulum, y'all.
I would have been at Tulum at this point.
Yeah.
But I have respect for myself. And just because I may be a vixen model, that doesn't mean anything. Or I may be doing listen, I did Playboy. I've been in Playboy. What?
Oh, I did not know that. We're going to stop her right there because we're going to get into this Playboy story, okay? Shout out to Hugh Hefner. Rest in peace, my brother. We love you over here at the Phoenix TV. I actually looked up his documentary. Super awesome guy. Super awesome guy.
Where?
Like his documentary came out a long time ago. I think it was on VH1.
Oh.
It was either VH1 or MTV. Say it again. Prime.
Oh, Amazon Prime. Oh, I have Amazon Prime. I'm gonna go home and look at it.
It's really good. It's really, really good. Now y'all know to go check it out. I guess we gonna get paid by the Hugh Hefner endorsement. Let me stop. Make sure that you guys subscribe to Phoenix TV. Don't go nowhere. Follow me, your favorite chica, Frankie Red. And of course, follow our amazing guests at Curly Mel Maria. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back after these messages. She said that's me.
Hey, what up, y'all? It's your favorite chica, Frankie Red from the Phoenix Mag. We are here on the red carpet, okay, at the Crazy Vegan, and it's really dope. Right now, this is like amazing. Why do you think people need to try vegan burgers, period?
Well, one, it's going plant-based is first of all, it's much better for you. It's not as hard on your body, and on top of that, the health benefits are amazing, and you don't lose any taste.
How could you encourage people that don't really want to try vegan because they think it's nasty? How would you convince them, like, nah, you got to try it?
I would say come to the Crazy Vegan. That could be your gateway. Because honestly, one of those burgers, their fries, I mean, just everything on their menu is like, this is vegan for real?
You told me off camera you're not vegan, but you came here to the Crazy Vegan. Is this the only vegan spot you eat at?
That's another vegan spot I eat at, but it's my favorite though.
What's your favorite item on the menu?
The Philly.
Everybody talk about the Crazy Karen, and the Philly I've heard is really good too. Why would you ask people to come to Crazy Vegan? Everybody talking about how dope the menu is. What would you say is the reason they gotta check it out?
Honestly, because you know when you hear vegan and you're not a vegan, you think, oh, it's gonna probably taste nasty. No, I really was like, okay.
And listen, you don't have to be vegan to come check us out. Most people are not even vegan. Our food is just dope, that's all.
And it's guilt-free, because you know why? It's vegan, baby.
Welcome back, y'all. Make sure that you guys are subscribed. We are here on One-on-One, of course, with our esteemed guest, Mel Maria.
That's me.
I just wait for that moment and then I can continue. If she don't say that's me, we got to run it back, y'all. So before the break, we were talking a whole lot about Mel Marie's model agency. We were also talking about some of the do's and don'ts and some of the things that she went through in the industry. But right before the break, we learned that my girl here worked for Playboy. I should have brought my bunny ears.
Listen, I poured you up another cup. I poured you another cup for this story.
Look, she did. Cheers. She sure did. Hey, the bottle is going, y'all. Before this interview, this bottle just might be done.
Bottle flowing. That's how, the conversation flows, bottle flows.
Yeah,
Everything's flowing.
I see what you're doing.
Everything
You're
flows.
doing.
So what's crazy was after my experience in New York, okay,
Dun, dun, dun.
Cardi B, I guess, started being creative director to Playboy. And to being Playboy creators is what it was called. And I got an email from the marketing director to be in Playboy and to do photo shoots with Playboy like every month or whatever in Miami. And so, oh my God, I remember I did this one photo shoot and it literally it took over the Miami interstate. So I rented out like a vintage car, parked it on the side of the road, right on. If I could tell you what that bridge is in Miami, I would really tell you, but it's right before Lincoln Road when you get on that exit, Alton Road.
The really pretty one.
That really pretty
that's
bridge.
Neon.
That you get the view of everything.
Yes. What is that called? You know.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
By Mount Sinai. That's what I was about to say.
That's why we have men, because if not,
GPS, please.
I just say, listen, it's pretty as I saw this side and I saw this side.
If you've seen Love and Hip Hop Miami, that's the bridge she's talking about.
Where am I located now? I'm gonna pull up these pictures. I'm gonna show you right now. But that took over. I had 30 people on set. So I started doing shoots for them and I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
Were you fully nude?
I wasn't nude.
You were not? So wait, is Playboy no longer a nude mag?
They're not, for their creators. They're not a nude mag. You could dress whatever lingerie you wanted to dress in and sponsor them and whatever it was, and they were happy with it.
That is beautiful. I just saw the pictures, by the way, and there's 8 in a scroll. I only saw 2. So y'all make sure that y'all follow Curly Mel Maria so you can see those exclusive photos.
But listen, I'm never opposed to nudity with the correct brand. So the only person I would ever do nude for would be probably like Playboy. And that would be it.
And is there an ability or like a opportunity for you to transition from the creator side to like a Playboy bunny model side?
Absolutely. They always have where basically when you're in the creator account, you're kind of looped into the Playboy industry. So they would be asking who would want it. You would sign up to see if...
Come on.
She's like, wait, I'm interested now because I want to be a Playboy dog.
Right. Come here.
It would basically be like you could sign up to submit yourself to be in a Playboy magazine, which is amazing. And you'll be invited to, oh my God, I was invited to Vegas. They had things going on in Miami, LA. So it's really nice to be a Playboy creator.
That's awesome. And did that start, you mentioned Cardi B, did that start after she became the creative director? The Playboy creator?
Yes.
And what is the concept of that? Talk to me a little bit about what that looks like.
It's basically you're a UGC creator, but for Playboy.
And you don't have to be nude.
You don't have to be nude.
That's super dope.
But you just, you do the photo shoots for them, you tag them, you brand them, and you post it onto the Playboy creator website. And that's how you...
Is there like a profile for you? Like, can people read like, this is Mel Maria?
Yes.
And that's awesome.
I honestly kind of stopped doing it just because I was trying to get out of the Playboy spotlight a little bit because a lot of people talk in your ears, and I let those people who were talking in my ears get to me. But I loved working for Playboy. I did. I loved it.
Were they telling you like it's going to water down your brand? It's going to make it okay.
Which again comes down and reverses to you're not respected because now you're a Playboy model. I even took it out of my bio. I was so proud to be a Playboy bunny, and so everybody in my ear, but everybody in my ears were men. I will say this, and I think there's so many women. I think this week I have saw they have been posting that men are the biggest haters on Instagram.
Wow.
To a woman.
I can see it. I could totally see
There's
it.
obviously those men who are secure with themselves, who do the same thing as you do, who are secure, and they will hype you up. I have male models who hype me up for my photo shoots. But if you're not in this industry, you come to my profile and you're like, okay, she doesn't respect herself because she's posting that she's in Playboy. She's posting on this yacht, on this bikini, A, B, C, D, F, G.
Right.
And she doesn't respect herself.
When you're multifaceted, which it sounds like you are because you dibble and dabble in different things.
Everything.
You do have to learn how to train your audience. And that's something that as a creator myself, I had to learn. In the early stages, I wouldn't even say early. I haven't posted any in 2023, really, because I was so busy. I didn't have the opportunity to shoot. But prior to that, 22 all the way up to like 2017, I was a nude model. Myself, I was a nudist.
Wow.
And if you look down enough, it's there. But it was body art.
I have to look down.
Right. It's super cool. I'll definitely send you some photos. It was body art, right? And what was interesting was, that you had, like you said, two groups. It was either, oh my God, Frankie, what is that? You don't respect yourself.
Yep.
You're naked.
Yep.
And then there were the others that were like, that's art. That's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Like, I admire you. That's empowering. And so I didn't stop, like I said, for any reason, except I got really busy last year and I didn't get an opportunity to shoot and post. But I made it my business, Mel. The reason I bring this up, I made it my business to always post a few of those nude canvas artistic photos. Why? I wanted people to understand that they can't box me in, that I do have self-respect. I do, creatively express myself, and I'm still comfortable in my own skin.
Absolutely.
I wanted all three of those things to be intertwined. My real aha came when I started working more with the youth. And I have a nonprofit organization. We're called Positivity Pays. We do a lot of community events. We do a lot of, I have a class that I teach called Bars for Bars, which is a spoken word workshop in creative writing.
Love it.
And I mean, just straight up, I have my kids that follow me. My middle schoolers.
Yeah.
And so I started to think about them. If one of my middle schoolers saw one of these images, what happened, So like I said, I didn't post any in a little hot minute, but I have a lot of followers, fortunately and unfortunately, that are young. And I mean, I have literal kids that follow me.
Yes.
So it could be, for a person like me, it could be very challenging. Do you find yourself, not that you work with kids or anything, but do you find yourself in those types of situations?
I feel like kids are on the internet regardless. Like, you could see now toddlers singing to Sexy Red. You know what I'm saying?
That 4-year-old girl went viral. That was disgusting.
Saying smack my ass, open up my leg, and whatever Sexy Red singing her. You know what I'm saying? So like,
call Child Protective Service.
You really can't control those situations. You know what I'm saying? So Instagram is open. My profile is public. Whoever comes on it, comes on it. I don't really have that as my audience, that age group, like when it's younger, whatever, you know. But it's just kind of like the internet. The internet's open. TikTok is open. Twitter, oh my God, Twitter for me, like, I don't know about you, but I feel like that's just a whole porn site.
It is. I'm like, say it, sis.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say this on this, but
Twitter is wild. No, it is.
Twitter's wild.
No, it is.
So like to me, I definitely, the thing is I also don't want to be portrayed as that. Mm-hmm. That's why I had done a business photo shoot recently and people were like, oh my God, I've never seen you in a superfood.
Look, es seria.
I was like,
that's so messed up. They counted you out, Mel.
I was like, I could be serious.
They counted you out, sis.
But
they were like, you're in a bathing suit. You ain't a professional.
I still made it, you know, me. I still made it me. You know, it was definitely still a nice, classy, but still myself. You know, I'm not
type of shoot.
I'm not gonna be in a business suit like some of these people. You know, I know how to style myself. I know how to make myself look good. I know what looks good on me.
So one can definitely say, you know, you've had a fair amount of transitions. Let's transition, and I think you did a great segue with the professional shoots into this branding guru that you've become, right? This marketing guru, this person that teaches master classes and has, you know, workshops and things like that. What from modeling now and having your own agency, which you still actively do, by the way, what from there did you say, you know what, let me get into branding and marketing? Because that is a whole nother side of you.
It is. Well, my marketing came first.
Okay.
Believe it or not.
Oh, through UGC.
Yes.
Okay.
So my marketing actually came first because I was growing so fast as a UGC creator that I had small businesses reach out to me on how I was growing so quickly on Instagram. And so that's when I started like obviously giving them advice and talking to them. And then it kind of like hit me like, why would I not make a business out of this? And so I started helping small clients, big clients in Boston, New York, California, like from all over with social media managing. So I always tell everybody, listen, at the end of the day, to this day, 2020, we're 2023, right? 2023, like social media.
We're 24, sis. How many of these you had?
2024, 23, whatever,
right?
Whatever.
With confidence, I couldn't let her do it. I couldn't. Mel, I care about you, Mel. I wasn't going to let you go down like that. Not at all. We're going to run it back.
I feel like my years are all mixing in at this point.
They are. They're like collided.
There's so many. People are like, you have so many businesses. Like, I know I have so many businesses. It's getting me so mixed up at this point.
She got her years mixed up. How busy are you? Do you get your years mixed up? My dog forgot we had a whole new year 21 days ago. What did you do to celebrate? Oh, God. Hold on. I'm going to take a drink. We're just going to give that a moment of silence. Phoenix, you take a drink too, please. Everyone take a drink at home. Mel Maria is the busiest woman in show business. She forgot what year it is. And we're only 21 days into the year. 23.
I'm tired of it.
All starts well, that ends well, Mel. We're here for you. That's okay.
Oh my God.
We're definitely using this clip. This is a promotional clip. I don't care. If you don't use this as a promotional clip, I quit the Phoenix TV as of today after 5 years on air.
God. All right, whatever year we are in. Okay.
2020. Okay, Zoomies. Don't you start. Hey, don't play with her.
She was
don't
like,
play with her.
She's like, we all laughing. We all go
right. She's with it too.
Oh my
What did I just ask you? Do you remember what I asked her? I don't know if it's the pail. I don't know if it's the year. What did I just ask her about?
All I know is this interview is gonna go viral.
But what did I just ask her? Come on, I don't work for Revolt yet, so they're not gonna fire me. Well, you ain't gonna fire me. So what did I just? I literally don't remember. What the fuck? Okay, wait. What did I just ask her?
hold on.
I'm dead ass.
You asked.
Yo, look at how I'm sitting. I'm like really thinking.
You asked me. Fuck.
Well, we're just gonna pick it up. Oh, okay. Shout out to DJ Nasty. Okay. I asked you something about branding, and I said, you were telling me how you had already started with your UGC marketing came first.
Oh, okay, yes.
That's the last thing you said. We got it. I'll take a drink to that, but then I might not remember.
So yes, my marketing came first. So okay, yes. I was helping small businesses basically.
I got you right now?
Helping.
Okay.
Yep.
Just want to make sure.
I was helping small businesses basically grow on, social media. So I said, why would I not make this into a business?
Mm-hmm.
And so I started doing social media marketing for businesses all over. And it was super successful. I post for them. I do their research for them. I do their SEOs. I track their ROIs. I do their website designs. Anything that they need marketing wise on any platform is what my agency does. And so
you do this yourself, or do you have a team of people you work with?
it started as myself.
Okay.
And then since I grew into so many clients, I had hired out a team to do the website designing, to do the SEOs, to do the back end on Facebook and, trick this algorithm. So yeah, I did start having a team, a videographers, just because my packages kind of come with everything. It starts from whether you want iPhone creation to it being complete professional for a commercial. So
wow. And so not only do you give your clients options, you give them the opportunity to, I guess you meet them where they're at, or do they come to you with where their concerns are?
Basically, whatever their goals are.
Okay.
If they come to me, listen, Melanie, this is my goals. This is what I'm struggling with. I need to make it better. Okay, this is the plan. This is what I recommend. I know maybe your budget is this, but maybe you could do this, just because at the end of the day, marketing is what is going to sell your brand. I tell everybody, when you go to a restaurant, okay, let's just put a Playa. That's just the first thing on my mind. Playa, Miami. Oh, you've never been there before, but you're not gonna go to Google or the internet to look at what they
on social media.
You're gonna go on Instagram, you're gonna search Playa Miami, and you're gonna see what their Instagram looks like and see what their food looks like, what their drinks look like, what the atmosphere looks like. So social media marketing and branding yourself is so important, because at the end of the day, people don't go to Google, they don't go to the internet, they don't go to YouTube at this point. They go to Instagram, they go to Twitter, they go to Facebook, they go to TikTok to see what it's like, if an influencer has been there, what the vibes were when they were creating their video, what kind of food they have. That's what really is going to mark the brand. So I tell everybody, listen, it may seem expensive at first to pay $1,500, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month on marketing, but you're getting all this content from it. So people are going to be like, okay, it is worth me going there because I see what it looks like. If I see that your page has no photos, no videos, I can't see what your food looks like, I'm not going to go there.
Right.
If
I'm going to be like, I'm out. This must be a startup.
You must not be good. You must be a hole in the wall.
Right.
You must not, it's a little sketch. You have to have that social media presence. The same for clothes. If I see all your clothes are mainly on skinny girls, it's not for me because I'm thick. So that bikini not going to look good on me because I don't know what it looks like on somebody like me. That's why Fashion Nova started doing their regular model, and they now included their plus size models.
All in one view.
Why do you think they included plus size models? Because so many people were complaining that all they posted were BBL girls.
Yeah.
Their only models are BBL girls. So they had to get different body types.
And it is like a Fashion Nova aesthetic, but I will say I love that they diversified and got bigger models. Yeah.
Diversified it. Recently they diversified it because it was really just BBL. It was the same two models all the time. And the thing is, if you're not going to have those models who have different body types.
It's funny. It's literally two models, the Hispanic girl and the black.
Yes. Yes.
And if you know Fashion Nova, you know exactly who we're talking about.
You know exactly the two models who we're talking about because that's all they posted. I remember Fashion Nova from day one. I don't know if you remember when they had that BAP website.
I remember Fashion Nova when they started and they were just jeans.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
They were just jeans.
They were just jeans. All they had were jeans.
Yeah, they were a denim line. They were like, remember
jeans.
Brazilians? They were kind of like doper Brazilians. No, but like better. Like they made Brazilians look like trash bags.
Yeah.
Like they really revolutionized jeans.
So to me, again, it's all about marketing. I tell everybody, it's like, nowadays you have to be educational. You have to be like humorous at sometimes, but not too much because then you're not taken serious. You have to show a before and after if you're like some type of a skincare product or I used to work with a faja brand, and so we would showcase different body types with this one faja. If you're skinny, that's what you're gonna look like with it. If you're middle, that's what you're gonna look like. If you're plus size, and just like that, because they want to know. You can't just put on one body type. Right. You got to put different body types.
And diversity is necessary. You have to sell your product.
Absolutely, you have to explain the product. Okay, this is this, and this is what's gonna do for you. You can't just. But I feel like a lot of people they don't believe in social media marketing until they see the power of it. A lot of people listen when they come to me for social media. Their first words to me are, Melanie, I just don't have time for this.
And that's usually the case.
I don't have time for this. It's too much work. I don't want it. Take it off my hands. No problem. I'll take it off your hands. You don't have to do not one thing to it. But then they get that FOMO. They get like, wait a second. Let me see it. Let me see something about it. Let me still be a part of it somehow. You just have to let it go. Let your social media go into the right hands.
Yeah, I mean, I've had clients like that too in the social media space where nightmare, right? Where it's either you really let me do what I do and you trust me, or
exactly,
or you're like, let me see the flyer, let me see the captions,
can I see the video?
Let me see the colors. Let me see the logo.
Can you put it in the drive?
Can you put it on the left? Actually, move the logo back to the right. You were right. It looked better over there. Puts it back on the right. Actually, nah. I messed up. Put it in the middle. Oh my God. Because she knows what I'm talking about. It's very annoying. So yes, you have to, if you're getting into that space, you have to know when to just let it go. The golden question of every entrepreneur: do you do this full time?
Yes.
So this is Mel Maria is what you do. This is your brand. This is your job. This is your day to day.
The craziest part is people think I do modeling full time.
Wow. And well, because your page, I could see why they.
That's do. The thing is, I have 3 pages.
Oh, well, you got to get the right page, y'all. That's what it is.
So I could not spam my followers who come for me for modeling with all my marketing. So I have my agency page, I have my marketing page, and then I have my personal page.
Okay.
And obviously, I don't want my clients to see my personal page because they're gonna be like, again, it comes to the respect. Mm-hmm. I don't trust her. She's a vixen. Why would I trust her with my marketing? Listen, I'm probably the best marketer out there. I promise you. I have reached people to over 1 million accounts in 30 days into their sales. I have put people over 1,000, over 1,500 in their sales within 2 weeks.
And how did you get the experience to do this type of stuff and be so successful at it? Like, what experience do you have? Talk about it.
I studied the ins and out of business and to marketing. When COVID was happening, it was just me and my son. And obviously, I'm bored in the house. I'm like, okay.
So you're like self-taught, no college experience, no education
I never went to
that.
college. Right out of high school, I went to Carnival. I worked there. I bought my first house at 19 years old. I bought my first house.
Everyone stop. I have to put my microphone down. Can you clap with me so it sounds better on camera? Thank you. 19 years old.
I bought my first house at 19 years old.
That's amazing.
With a $30,000 down payment from all the work I did from Carnival in 2 years. And raised my son. Obviously I was in a relationship, then I wasn't. So I was a single mom.
How old were you, if you don't mind me asking, when you had your son?
I was 21.
Oh, wow. So not that young, but, still young.
Also, when everybody was popping bottles, right when they turned 21, I was
popping kids.
I was popping kid out.
They was popping, all right.
I was popping a bottle out the microwave, like
The warm bottle. Here you go, baby.
the warm bottles with cereal up in it.
No sparklers.
So we could make some sparklers for them.
Just a
He
bowl.
was attracted
That's
from
the
it.
sparklers, the pacifier.
So yeah, that's what happened. But unfortunately, COVID happened. Sold my house, but put the profits from my house into my business.
That's amazing. Listen, for you to even have the story and the ability to tell it that, hey, I went from this thing to this thing to this thing to this thing, and now I'm thriving. As we wrap up your interview, I want you to talk about what are the highs look like for Mel Marie? We always talk about the lows in interviews, but we never talk about the highs.
Yeah.
We think we see it on social media, but what is that like through your lived experience?
Like, what do I expect from myself?
Well, when I say what are the highs, like what are some of the dopest parts of what it is that you do?
I feel like I just love people's reaction because, I always said to myself, I want to be at a point in my life where I don't need to introduce myself.
Walk into a room, they know who you are.
It's gotten there. I was literally at an event on Sunday and I had like 3-4 girls come up to me like, oh my God, I know who you are. I've seen you on Instagram. I want to join your agency, this and that. And, it's like crazy because to me, I don't feel like I'm doing enough, but everybody always is going to be their biggest critique. They're always going to say you're not doing enough. Or if you're whatever it may be, like your the paychecks that you get may not equal to how you feel. So to me, I'm just like, I'm not doing enough. But to other girls, they're like, I see you and I'm proud of you. I want to be actually a part of what you're doing. So, I literally just told someone today, I was like, I have to make sure I'm on point when I step out because I have people recognizing me and I'm just like in some sweats, no makeup on, like
the messy bun.
I have to make sure I'm dressed when I step out my house now because like it's gone to that point. So I think that's my high, not because of like people knowing me, but like the recognition where I don't see that. People see my growth. I don't see my own growth. And I think that's everybody though. Everyone's going to be their biggest hater at the end of the day because you're like, well, I need to do this to be better. And people are like, bitch, you are good. Like, relax. Like, you are doing it. Like, people will tell me all the time, like, you need a rest. You need like a day to rest. You need to go on a cruise.
Every
get
entrepreneur
a vacation. Like,
needs to go on a cruise. Every entrepreneur.
Listen,
y'all, do not go anywhere. We're going to wrap up with Mel Maria's projects, where you can follow her, and of course, what to look forward to this 2024 season. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
Excited.
Are we rolling? I was like, are we rolling for not? We definitely. Oh, they hate it.
They
hate it.
Try to cash you out of there.
Girl got me running.
Sponsor us.
Look, Camilla, there. We ain't gonna give you no free shout outs without that sponsorship money, okay? Can I get a ka-ching? Listen, y'all, we have had an amazing conversation here today on One-on-One with Mel Maria. That's me. Listen, I have had
had a blast with you today. You have been so transparent. You are a breath of fresh air. And before I let you go, I want to say a few things that come to mind when talking to you, and some of the things I think about when it comes to the different career paths. I absolutely loved you today. We had an amazing conversation. Absolutely. I think the vibe.
We could talk all night.
Literally, we'll keep this thing going.
4 hours segment.
Cat Williams' interview was just going and going. That's what this is. But I love that, you are involved in so many different things because, and I don't even know if this is something you've considered, but media looks really good on you. Really good on you. Like you know how to carry a conversation. Even though you're the one being interviewed, you're still engaging in conversation. You're not like answering questions. You know what I mean? And I always like to show that type of love and to give those flowers because people deserve those compliments, while they can hear it. And if you've never considered it, not that you have free time or anything because you're way too busy. But if it ever came across your mind, if it ever came across your mind, we will be your house, okay? Phoenix Mag would love to work with you. You are phenomenal. I just think that you are, like I said, a breath of fresh air because when you ask people about their industry, a lot of people try to protect the industry, whatever that industry might be, right? It could be cybersecurity, it could be entertainment, it could be modeling, it could be music, whatever.
Yes.
But you were like, no. This is what it is, and this is my experience.
I will always be transparent.
And I love that about you.
There's no secrets. Why have a secret? Why have
There's no secrets.
There's no gatekeeping. I say it all the time. There's no gatekeeping.
I love that.
You can't gatekeep. Listen, I don't even gatekeep my photographers, and I should gatekeep them.
That's true, and you should because you know how hard it is to come across an amazing photographer, especially one that has your back or does like work pro bono. Y'all know who you are.
Everybody started using my photographers.
Okay, you know you pro bono photographers.
Why are you doing this to me? Why are you working with everybody now?
Because Mel Maria, we've established that she's very successful and multifaceted, right? So she has the model side and she has the branding and marketing side, right? Model and agency side. So look, randomly puts the mic down. Where do you see your model agency taking you and where you're going with it? And then where do you see Media? Where do you want to take that?
Well, with Media, I definitely want to have my own firm with it. I want to see myself with a whole office filled with staff, helping all types of businesses. That's my goal and my dream for it. I want to see Media on a wall, a whole sign, everything with it. And then with my modeling agency, I just want to see it grow. Obviously, I want to get my own studio with it so that I could have my models come to my studio, take the content that they need to do and, push it forward with it. Be successful with it, getting more bookings, getting more gigs, kind of building a name for itself, but more to a name to where they know it's a safe place. They're not tried. They're getting paid in time. There's no sexual energy in it. You're doing a gig.
Because her name's not on it.
My name is not on it. You're doing a gig and you move and you push it forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I see myself for it, and it's been, like I said, it's been very successful very quickly. Like I have models booked out every single day for like the next 2 months. So, it's going really well. I'm excited for the journey.
That's awesome. And you obviously keep busy with the agency and Media. Are you going to keep the businesses separated?
Yes, definitely. I mean, they're together in a sense, especially if I need models for the businesses that I do social media marketing on. If they ever need models, if it's, let's just say it's a bikini brand that wants social media marketing and they need models, I know I have my modeling agency. And that's kind of also where I kind of really started, was because I was doing so much, needing models or UGC creators, and I would reach out to, instead of sending 100 different DMs, I just send it to one chat now. You know what I'm saying? So it's just all put together. So they link in a way, but it's definitely separate in another aspect of it. But, it's definitely together. Everything is together. That's why everything is always with the name Curly in it. Mel Maria Media, or Maria is in it, like Curly Media Models, Mel Maria Media, Curly Mel Maria. It's all linked into
The
one.
curly is there.
The curls are there. The Mel is there. Everything is there.
So if you have a straight hair model, she can't be a part of your agency.
You know what's crazy? A lot of people were DMing me and DMing, some of the models who are my best friends who posted it when I had started my agency. Oh, I don't have curly hair. Can I join? I was like, that's
so
not
funny.
what I meant within curly. No, I said, yes, you could absolutely join. Whether you have curly, straight, wavy, bald. I don't care. You could join my agency.
Because I think there's an agency called like Curly Curvy something connection or curly curvy whatever, but that's their requirements. You have to have curly hair, you have to be curvy. Yes, so it's like it's a thing. So I just think that's really interesting. Not that it's bad or anything, but it's just funny because it's in the name.
I'm gonna put in my bio, no need for curly hair.
All hair types accepted.
All hair
Phoenix,
types accepted.
that means you can audition.
Listen.
Do you take no hair models?
a lot of people are asking if I take male models.
Oh, look at that. Look, you can start your journey
I was
today.
gonna start with male models. Look at you in the game already.
He is. He's established.
You're
Listen,
established.
y'all, we had an amazing conversation. Mel Maria, thank you so much. You were amazing.
I had such a good time.
I totally loved having you here. You were super transparent, super humble.
Always.
My last question for you, which is the
Yes.
golden question that we ask here on One on One,
Golden ticket.
is what is your why?
Why do it?
Why? Why do you do what you do? Why do you excel? Why are these your dreams? Your why could be whatever you want it to be.
I feel like my why is so like, ugh, of course she's gonna say that, but at the end of the day, it is because of my why. Because it's not for me; it's for my son. It's for my future kids. Obviously, it's to build a name for myself. It's to build myself as as a character, as a person, who I am. But at the end of the day, I'm doing all of this so that I could provide properly for my son. I also want to make a change. Like I said, I feel like Miami is too status quo and I'm trying to change that, especially in the modeling game. I want every model to be accepted. Every woman, every size, every character, every whatever she wants to be, I want her to be accepted. I'm really tired of people not accepting somebody because of the way they look or what their shape is or whatever it is. I want everyone to be accepted. But at the end of the day, I do this all because I have my future right next to me looking at me saying, Mommy, I want this, or he's going to need this. He's going to need college in the future. He's going to need a car, whatever it is. I want to make sure I could provide it for him. Being a single mom, I have to make sure it's done for him. So, he's kind of like my why, and everything kind of trickles behind it.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Well, we heard it here first, folks. One on One with Mel Maria. Please tell us where we can follow you at all 3 of your pages.
So I have my main, which is Curly Mel Maria. And from there, all of them are links. So it's Mel Maria Media is my marketing page. So if you need marketing, you can follow me there. Just send me a DM, an email, and I got you. If you want to be part of my agency with all my gorgeous models, it's going to be Curly Media Models.
Listen, y'all, it has been amazing. I am your host, your favorite chica, Frankie Red. Make sure that you follow me at Frankie
Cruise
Red Words.
director in the future.
Listen, we're going to cut this out. We're going to send this to Carnival Cruise. We're going to send this to Carnival Entertainment right now.
Everybody.
Now.
I think they're hiring though.
They really are. I
They
know.
are.
Yes. Here's the thing.
She said, wait a second. Here's the thing.
Here's the thing. I'm like halfway through the application, right?
Okay.
And it said I needed to have a vaccine.
Oh, you're not vaccinated.
No, I'm not. And I'm super anti-vaccine. And so I'm like,
yeah.
So I spoke to the one person who's the worst person to talk about this topic with, which is my dad. And I told my dad, I was like, Papi, I think I really have an opportunity and a shot for this opportunity because I already spoke to the right people, whatever. And he's like, what? I'm like, I have to be vaccinated. He's like, no, forget that cruise ship. Olvídate de ese yate. Olvídate de esa oportunidad. Because he's super Dominican. And he was like, olvídate de todo. Tú no vas a hacer eso. And he was just like, you're not doing that. And I was like, and I don't like make decisions necessarily through my dad, but kind of. kind of a little bit.
You like the advice from him.
Yeah, yes. And my dad's super tough. He's like really, really mean. Yeah. So that's another reason why I follow his advice, because I'm like, it's probably sound. He's a really mean man. It's like sound advice. So when he said that to me, I was so discouraged and I was like thinking about it. And for a week, I have not reopened the application. I promise you, Mel, I didn't know you worked for Carnival. Today, I reopened the application. Today.
I think it's a sign.
It is. I guess I'm getting vaccinated, y'all. I guess I'm getting vaccinated.
I got vaccinated to go to London.
Listen.
I'm still staying on my 2 feet.
But you know, there's so many things that happen after. I'm really scared.
You definitely
like
do,
those
though,
football
because
players
there was so
that went
many
down.
people, though, every single day on that ship. I
Seriously.
recommend that you get vaccinated.
Really?
Girl. I recommend it just because you're with so many people, and you never know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, if I want the
that's
opportunity,
crazy
I
that
have to.
you have to.
Yeah, you have
that
to.
You have to still though.
It's like not a
because
choice.
The guests don't have to be vaccinated.
No, well, I guess because we travel to different countries and blah blah blah, cross borders, whatever. It's like for the safety of the employees.
Obviously,
I get it, but
do what's best. I would say do it, but
sorry, Poppy. Cut this part of the interview out for Poppy.
I definitely think you should. I think you'd be such an amazing cruise director. And the thing is, like, I feel like they don't have that. And I mean, I haven't been on a cruise in like 2 years, but I don't think they have the energy like you. I feel like you need to be on it.
Ooh, listen, I'm gonna do it. My bones want it. Like that 1 week that I was on there, and even the few hours I was able to be on the mic, I'm like, this is my job
that
every
they put
day.
you on the mic is crazy.
Girl, can you say that again?
That's crazy because they're so strict with it too.
I know. Shout out to Mike Entertainment, by the way, who gave me my opportunity. And it was dope. Like, it was dope. Like the entire team, the entire cast, the entire activity squad.
No, it's amazing.
Like, they're amazing.
Bitch,
I
you
love
are
it.
getting paid to be on a vacation.
Literally.
At the end of the day. Like, listen.
I'm gonna take it as a side.
I would do it.
I'm gonna take it as a side.
That's it. My job.
Right. That's nothing else. This is what the vibes are. I will be working at Carnival Cruise Line very soon. Make sure that you follow me at Frankie Red Words _ Carnival.
Follow her journey at Carnival Cruise Line.
Right, because I have to open a separate page.
That's it. She's in it. That's it.
Make sure that you
Calling
follow us.
Carnival tomorrow, actually.
She's like, wait a minute. I know the
HR.
number now.
I know HR. So we in it. We in it to win it.
We are, y'all. And if you wondered how I got the opportunity, never doubt the power of networking.
Listen, people would literally call me on the phone asking for specific cruise directors and to book them on the ship that specific that cruise director was on.
That's awesome.
That would be you. I'm just saying.
I can't wait. Make sure that you follow the non-cruise line called the Phoenix Mag.
At this point, we're going to open our own cruise ship.
Listen, that will be fire. That will be fire. The Phoenix TV cruises.
Get on it. Get on it.
With like a flying bird, like on the side, like with flames.
You could do like a whole group cruise though, like with that name.
We can actually, just like we did Curvy Ventures.
I was about to say, is that what you went for?
Yeah, that's what we did.
You could do that, but just the Phoenix TV. I'll be on it. I'll be there.
She's gonna be hosting. I was about to say she's gonna be hosting.
I will host the whole. Oh my God, I'll host the whole thing. Listen,
that's it. By the way, all the interns that applied,
done.
You're not selected. Mel Maria is selected. Your place. She's gonna be a part of this family.
I'm ready.
She's gonna be a part of this family.
All right, that's it. We're done with this conversation.
Forever shout out to all of our amazing.
I'm done. I'm walking off camera now because that's where we end this whole conversation.
Forever, we want to thank all of our amazing guests, all of our sponsors. Of course, we want to thank Curvy Ventures. Thank you guys so much for your support on and on and on. And of course, make sure that you follow us at the Phoenix Mag, at the Phoenix Mag on Instagram, and subscribe right here. Click the button, and you see all these little things over here. These are some dope interviews. You should click those too. I'm just saying. Hurry up.
I agree.
This interview's over. You have to click it.
I agree.
Click it or take it.
You don't want to take it either.
Over and out. My name is Frankie Red. This is Glitter Who's Sleeping, and we're done.
Oh, wow.
She's literally sleeping. We're out, guys. See you on the next one-on-one.
That's me.